Alright, what up? Making a lot of lists recently about certain albums and stuff. Trying to pinpoint my favorite kind of albums of all time and stuff that means the most to me. And just because I love making fucking lists and I have autism, so that goes along with it. Like trying to make these patterns and shit happen. But, so I came up with this list and I've just been really excited about it. It's been feeling really good to me. And this is just like 10 albums that I believe to be just perfect. I enjoy every second of it, of all of these. And there's a lot of albums that I've realized that I really enjoy a lot of albums, but some of them just like aren't as special and just don't sound like some parts of the album just have something that's not quite exactly what I love or is like corny or something. And corny in the wrong way, I guess you could say. But these, I just feel like they have a good mix of everything that I enjoy in music, just in 10 albums. And just has almost every aspect about music that I love and what I seek in music. And just like hits just right. So, gonna go in like the order, of like the album names. So these aren't like ranked or anything. But this first one is like probably a contender of being one of my favorite albums of all time. If not like probably my favorite album of all time. Like just really enjoy listening to this every single time I turn it on. It just brings me a great deal of comfort. And that's another thing I'll say real quick is that like, kind of like a rule I put for this list for me is that these albums have to like have all those sounds that I like, and they have to bring me a sense of comfort or like a sense of confidence and just make me feel good and just like feel happy and just like that's just what I'm looking for with these. Like there are a lot of albums out there that like really intrigue me and like pluck certain things in my brain that make me kind of uneasy and stuff too, which are very special in certain ways, but these just bring me just pure comfort, like will take the pain away. Like that's like a big thing I seek with like trying to get away from this world and fucked up shit in this world is music, and it just makes me feel good. So this first one is a very big contender in that regard. And I've got all physicals of this stuff. Some I've made, most of them just like ones I actually own. I'll get to that as I'm going through them. But first album, and one more side note here before I say this, I did make a video a few years back of like 26 of my favorite albums of all time, and I've been about like trying to a lot of, you'll see some repeats here, of course. I don't know if I'll make another video exactly like that again, but this is similar, obviously. And I've liked that I've kind of narrowed it down more here and just kind of discovered myself more and what I really look for in music in recent years, and have just come more into myself. So talked about that a lot on my channel so far, but really, for realness this time, we're gonna get to this first album here and get into this. Orchestral Manoeuvres and the Dark, Architecture and Morality. This is a very special album to me. I'm gonna turn this a little bit just to get the frame a little better. I just, oh my god, every time I listen, like I've mostly listened to this album in this format too on vinyl, and the sounds on this album just blow me away. Like it's a perfect synth pop album. I just love every single aspect of it. It's a perfect synth pop album. Like everything I look for, like just like the poppier synth sounds, but then they mix in this like dark ambient and experimental edge to a lot of the songs, and just the atmosphere of it. It's just fucking perfect. Like how on the first song the way the synths come in just in that like haunting way, and it just, it fucking gives me the chills every single time it comes on. I've listened to this countless amounts of times, and um I've noticed that a lot of music that I really love and that I've come to really love happened in certain years that I got into them. And this was an album that I got into in 2020, and just I've pinpointed the years 2018 and 2020 to be some of the most important years for me to have had music discovery for myself and find stuff, because both of those times I was in like bad places. For the most part, just me, like very lonely. And I'll get to that later. But that was me just really discovering and seeking stuff that really made me feel better and made me feel worth it, and just like, I don't know, it was just so important to me at the time. And that's just like still to this day just makes me feel that way. And this album is just fucking amazing. Like, if I had to pick like any album that I can only listen to like for the rest of my life, I think I would probably pick this album. I just love this fucking album so much. It's just incredible. So Architecture Morality, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, 10 out of 10. This is like one of my prized possessions too, just having this on vinyl. Like, I'm sure it's pretty easy to get and didn't go for a lot, but love this fucking album. So like, it shows like when I look for like say it with like in like kind of goth music, new wave, synth pop kind of stuff, like all that stuff kind of like has some similarities to it. And I feel like this like matches up all the sounds that I like from that like styles of music. And like there's some like other albums within like just like goth post-punk stuff that are like close to making it on this list, but they'd be like right outside of this list. But this synth pop album just, it just brings just those sounds, and it's just perfect like the perfect use of the synthesizers, and just like this, the vocals and the atmosphere, and just like the experimental wonkiness in it is just like, it's fucking perfection. So that kind of covers my bases in that regard too. And there's like one other album on here that kind of I'll talk about that kind of goes around that kind of area as well. Next, this is a fun album, as I would say, and it's the only rap one on my list, which is interesting because I love a lot of rap music. I'm sure people rap in hip hop music, and I'm not saying this is a hip hop album, all you motherfuckers out there that get all butthurt about that shit, but it's a rap album, a trap album, and it's really interesting that I'm going to put a trap album on here. But well, I'll get in that in a second. But we're talking about Playboi Carti, Die-Lit. It's funny that I picked this album out of any other like rap album, because I listen to a wide array of rap music and love lots of different styles of rap and hip-hop music. But this album, this was one I discovered in 2018. It came out in 2018. I was really like years before that, like not into mainstream music at all. Like would like just, no, like I can't listen to anything mainstream. I was listening to older stuff mostly. And this album just like kind of like pulled me back in to that, like, oh, maybe some new music is pretty good. And I just really like the sounds that this album creates. Like all the beats have just like this very, like they have this like atmospheric, like psychedelic kind of feel to them, like kind of trippy, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the best word. I don't really like using that word anymore. Makes me feel like I'm back in high school or some shit. But they just like create this crazy atmosphere, and it's like it's super repetitive and like hypnotic sometimes. Like the beats can be hypnotic feeling to me. And I look at this like kind of, I always think of like Playboi Carti somewhat as like the black metal of like rap and trap music, because it has like similarities, like just like the hypnotic repeating sounds, and it just kind of reminds me of that to an extent, but it's obviously a lot different, and it's a lot more poppier sounding, and just like completely different like instruments and sounds, but there's like that similarity to me. And when I got into this, I was like, it reminded me of a lot of the stuff I listened to in high school. There's a lot of similar sounds, and that was very comforting to me, because in high school I was listening to like in the beginning of high school, I was mostly listening to like rap music, like modern rap music. And a person I was particularly into at the time was A$AP Rocky when he released his first album in 2013. I really liked that album, and I listened to it all the time, and that album brought me a lot of comfort. And my self-esteem was super, super low in high school, and I guess that's where I found that some more comfort from music in that regard. And I was mostly listening to rap music because I was like, in my brain I was like, oh, it's like accepted to listen to this stuff because like people actually kind of like it. But I was usually going more towards like the weirder stuff and like being more into it than I even realized I was. But that was just something that brought me comfort and made me feel better, and actually brought me feel like some confidence in myself, and helped me bond with certain people that were kind of into it as well. A big thing I've always wanted to do is bond with people over music, because it's like a big thing. There's another album in here I'm probably going to get more in depth about that topic in particular, but this album just, it's just so fun. Like, yeah, the lyrical content is just like people would call it trash, and like not real rap music and not real hip hop. And like, yeah, I'm not going to refute that the lyrics don't have much substance or anything to them, but they're hilarious, they're comical, they're fun. It just like makes me laugh, and just makes me just like feel goofy and just dance around. And I just love every single song on here, and I feel this is like his most cohesive work that he's done. It just like it just creates all these different sounds that just bring me comfort, and that I've found refuge in the past, found comfort from like high school and stuff. It just like everything, like all the sounds I was looking for, like are just on this album, and it just brings me just a great comfort, and it's so fun. And there's like the softer songs on it that kind of just bring this interesting feel. And I think there's like this one song in here, like KOD, like Come Home or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called, but that song is like really just like brings like intense feelings in me and stuff, just like the beat and shit. And he have the like more hype songs on it, like R.I.P. Fredo or whatever. And there's like the second song on here that's really like more like upbeat and stuff, and it's just fun. And he got more intense with that later on his later albums too, which I like too. But I don't know, I just feel like this is all around like perfect trap album, and just perfect like kind of like modern rap album. And I just really like in this regard that this style of rap music, but just brings me comfort, man, and just makes me be just fun. And just it's fun and brings me comfort and makes me feel confident and just have a good time. Honestly, it's just what it is. So I'm trying to move this thing out of the way a little bit. It's kind of getting in the way. It's probably not going to cooperate, but we will see if I can get it tucked up in here a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little better. So moving on from there, get into a little bit more hardish core stuff. Not a lot of metal at the beginning here. People know I love metal music. if you watch my channel, that is. But we're going to get into that because it's coming later, but it's just not how the alphabetical worked out on this one. But this I still wouldn't consider like a heavy album or anything. But this Thursday, full collapse. This is another one I think I got into around 2020, and I had like heard a lot of sounds like this in the past, and had really I just remembered hearing sounds like this, but I'd never really listened like too intensely of like a full album or anything. And it kind of reminds me of like being in middle school. Like it's just like a middle school kind of sound. Just like I was into shit like that kind of in middle school. And made you think of like the people like around that I probably should have been hanging out with instead of the people like probably what I would have matched up better with. But my self-esteem was so low, and I just got mixed in with certain people that weren't very good people. But Thursday, full collapse, post-hardcore album, perfect, 10 out of 10. Love every second of this, and just brings me, oh, it's just so fun. It's such a fun album, and just every sound that can come from like post-hardcore and stuff is just is on here, and just they just do it so fucking well. And it's such a fun album. And it's just, I don't know, I don't really know how much to like say. It's just like, it's just so perfect. And I just like get that, just like everything I want out of this style of music from this. And it's just like a big style of music that I gravitate towards, and it's super fun. So yeah, I guess I don't really have too much else to say about this album, but it's just like, it just brings me that comfort, and makes me feel like I'm a kind of a kid again, and reminds me of those sounds from when I was younger, and makes me think of the people I probably should have been in with, and would have expressed myself more in that regard, but I was too scared to when I was younger. And this just is so fun to sing along to. I know all the lyrics, just like screaming it in the car, going down the road, feeling like I don't know, just feeling like a middle school kid again, like getting into this shit and just having fun. So Thursday, full collapse, awesome album. Post-hardcore perfection. Next, got another modern album. As you saw, I had a burned CD of that Carti album. I usually do a lot of modern, like poppier stuff. I just burn a CD of a lot of time. And this one, nobody has exactly this right here, because this is a special edition. This is Charli XCX, How I'm Feeling Now. This is a cover. My wife drew this, her version of the cover, and it's fucking awesome for this little CD that I made here. And so, special edition, the most special edition in the whole world. Not only one of these exists. Original artwork right there. But when it comes to pop music, this is a perfect pop album to me. Everything I look for in pop music is right here. And I just really, like, this came out in 2020, so another 2020 album. And I had gotten into her like a few years before that, and really been intrigued by her sound. And this is just exactly what I look for in Charli's music, and Charli's just like what I look for in pop music. And this album just has all those sounds that I love from her. This is like her more kind of experimental sounding shit, like the wonky, like the hyper pop sound, and just like the glitchy and like glitchy shit, and like the her auto-tune voice just is amazing sounding to me. And it just like has like these sounds that bring comfort to me, that just remind me of just like pop music from the 2010s. And she has like these songs with like techno, the techno sounds on some of them. So it was like her roots was like the rave music and stuff, and like it's just like that techno sound, and I really like that kind of sound too. And I don't know, just when I listened to this album, it just brings out that like part of me that just like wants to be a hot bitch, wants to be a hot girl, makes me feel like a hot girl. And I just like love singing along to it and just feeling hot, bro. Like it just makes me feel hot. And that's what I look for when I listen to pop music like this. It's just like it just brings that like confidence out of me, and just like that feeling that just like it makes me feel good. And like, yeah, I can be like this, and don't give a fuck what other people thinking, bro. But this, I just love this album so much, and I just been realizing just how every part of this album I just love. And it's like the pop sounds that just remind me of like when I was kind of growing up, and like the main years I was growing up. I mean, the 2010s were crazy. I was going into high school right at the beginning of the 2010s, just finishing middle school right at the end of the 2010s. So right when the 2010s started. So those sounds are just like comforting to me to an extent. And I was recently watching a video by our friend Varg of Burzum, talking about how just like you're just brainwashed if you listen to pop music and shit, modern pop music, and they just like associate those things with good or bad times in your life, so you get connected to them, but they're not actually good music. And I guess you could say that's right, like, but I fucking love this shit. It sounds fucking awesome to me. The same thing with Carti music, like it sounds fucking good to me, and I love it. So I'm gonna listen to it and feel the way I want to feel from it. And yeah, and another aspect I'd say about this album is that was comforting to me at the time that I was got into it, is that it was COVID time. It was 2020, and she's expressing that a lot on this album, for just struggles with that and not being able to go do her things with people that she likes to do. She's like a person that likes to go out and party and stuff. That's not really me, but she missed being around people, being with her clique of people, and not being able to be around them was very hard, and like the sense of loneliness. And I had just been lonely like for years, and it was comforting to me to like hear it from somebody else, and there are other people's like struggles with being lonely. It made me feel less lonely, I guess. Oh, I'm not the only one. So that was another aspect of this album that really helped me at that time, and just still helps me now. So very special album. If I had to pick any pop album, I guess you could call the Orchestral Manoeuvres this pop album too. So, but like mainstream modern pop album, it's fucking 10 out of 10, perfect. Could just listen to this forever. And that's like what this list is. Like I could listen to all of these albums. Like if somebody said I can only listen to 10 albums for the rest of my life, I would be content with these. That would be like, I would be fine. Now I'm finally getting into some more heavier shit. So we got Dying Fetus, Killing on Adrenaline. Oh my god. Like when it comes to death metal, this shit is fucking awesome. I just straight up like brutal death metal. This album's brought me a lot of comfort. And this is another one I found in like 2018 when I was really getting more into extreme stuff. And god, I fucking love this album. It's so fucking fun, so heavy, fast, brutal. The fucking vocals are spot fucking on what I look for in death metal, and just the fucking riffs and the sounds, just perfect for me. I just fucking love it. Every second of it, just like, oh, it just fucking gets me going, bro. It gets me fucking going. Killing on fucking Adrenaline. Perfect fucking name for this album. So I just love death metal music. I love extreme metal music. It brings such a great comfort to me. Like the time that I got into extreme metal, I just was in such a bad place. Like self-esteem was so fucking low. Like I felt like a piece of shit every day. Like I was worthless. But this shit made me feel worth it. Made me feel confident. Made me feel like I could beat some fucking ass. Like beat my fucking boss's ass for making me feel like I'm a piece of fucking shit. So this just shit like this is just fucking important to me, and it just brings me such a great deal of comfort, and like discovering this stuff. I've been meant to be into extreme metal my whole life, and I just fucking love this style of music. And You have to be like, it's not for the normies, bro. Like, that's just the thing. I'm not a fucking normie. I guess I could be normie in certain ways, but you have to be, you're either into this shit or you're not into it. And that's just what it is. Like, there's a special type of people that are into this shit. And yeah, there's a lot of people that are into extreme metal, but it's still fairly like niche in the mainstream scope of the whole 9 billion fucking people on this fucking planet. So, fucking Dying Fetus, Killing on Adrenaline, fucking sick, perfect death metal, brutal death metal album. Love every fucking second of this thing. So sick. Fucking pig squeals. The other, just like fucking vocals, bro. Just fucking sick. Fucking amazing. Amazing riffs. Just amazing fucking lyrical content. Fuck everybody. Fuck all the fucking corporations. Fuck everybody else. Nobody fucking gives a shit about you. Like, fuck it all. Like, smash them into the fucking pavement. I love that shit. Alright, next. Or 2018 kind of time that I got into this as well. And that is Ghost. Opus Eponymous. It's their debut album, came out in 2010. Did not know about them until later, obviously. But oh my god. This is such a fun album. Like, just fucking amazing. Like, I love the like organy, like spooky sounds that they put on this. It's like it sounds like a prog rock. Like there's like the way they use like the organ sounds and shit on it. And it's just like mixed with like this like kind of heavy metal sound and just the vocals. Like I remember when I first got into them, hearing people compare the vocals to Blue Oyster Cult. Like, it's pretty accurate, but I love this album cover. It brings me such a great deal of comfort, and just like every aspect of this album just brings me such a great deal of comfort. And just like I've said before, ghost music reminds me of like Halloween time. And that's really just 2018, like Halloween time around 2018 was when I was really getting into this and like other stuff like that. This and like I was getting into extreme metal at the time too, and it's just so fun, and just like the satanic lyrics. And it's just like, it's just so fun, and I just love it. Just like the spooky vibes, and it's like, yeah, it's like people would look at it as like corny too, but it's like it's corny in a fucking great way, and I just love it's just it's so much fun. Just made me a great deal of comfort. I've always loved like Halloween, and that time of year, and just that stuff has always brought me a great deal of comfort and like spookiness and spooky shit. And that's another reason why it was always meant to get into extreme metal too, because it's like the in your face like gruesomeness a lot of the time, and like to like scare people away or like gross people out, like, but this like in a different way, like the more satanic side of things, like, oh my god, the devil is here to take us away, but oh, this guy's worshiping the devil, it's so bad. When you go up in the South of the United States, it's definitely I'm sure it's in a lot of civilized areas, it's like more frowned upon by the elders. But this album's just so fun. Love it so much. It just brings me just such a great deal of comfort, and it's just like the mix of sounds that they put on here are just so perfect, and you just hear all their influences and stuff on it, and it's just so great. I just love this fucking album. It's just so much fun. So, Ghost, Opus Eponymous, debut album. Fucking awesome. Love that shit. Love Ghost. They're a great fucking band. Alright, next. Actually got, like, on the other side of, like, when it comes to lyrical content, it's a little bit different than the last one. But The Devil Wears Prada, Plagues. I think this is their second album, but oh my god, bro, like, when it comes to metalcore, this is what I look for in metalcore. Perfect metalcore album in my eyes. You just have the, like, melodic death metal sounds that they created a lot on that, mixed with, like, just the vocals are fucking perfect on this album, bro. I love the, like, screaming vocals. and then like mixed with the more melodic like singing vocals, they just do it so perfectly. And like the singing vocals they get this like atmospheric, like echoey sound to them, and it just sounds so fucking cool. And I actually got into this album in 6th grade, and there was like a guy that was like really into them and like got me into them, that I was like just hang out with at school a lot. And this was like the first wave like getting into more like intense, like harsher metal music, and like brutaler metal music to an extent. Like this is still shit that kind of like scares the normies away to an extent. And this is definitely more ingrained, and people will listen to metalcore more than like other types, like extreme metal and stuff. But God, this album's just like fucking heavy though, bro. It's just like the riffs are just right. There's like the sounds are just right, and like the vocals are fucking harsh, and it just sounds fucking sick. I just fucking love this album. And it's like I really didn't realize that until like recent years, when I finally came back to it again. It was like honestly really around like 2023, when I like moved out. I moved into my apartment now, and I was like not in a great place, and this brought me just like a great deal of comfort in that time. I was listening to it like almost every night, just blasting that shit, and just having such a good time with it, feeling like a kid again, and just brought me such a great deal of comfort. So this just, when it comes to metalcore, I fucking love this shit. This is perfect. Like, if I'm gonna listen to one metalcore album for the rest of my life, like I said, this right here, easily. Fucking love this fucking album. And it's different from lyrical content in the last one. This is like their Christian, like a Christian metalcore band, but sometimes the Christian metalcore bands are the best. So I'm talking about Jesus on this one, I'm talking about Satan on the other one. But fuck yeah, bro, this album, fucking sick. Fucking love it. This is not my preferred album cover. I got this CD back in middle school, and like from Best Buy. I got this shit from Best Buy. My mom took me up there. But I do prefer, I pulled it up on my iPod here. This one is a lot cooler to me. I really like this one. Be cool to have like an actual physical of this, but I'm probably just gonna print that shit out sometime. But really fucking cool. Love the fucking album. And mostly reminds me when I had it on my iPod anyways, because that's when I was listening to it on my iPod at the time, on my iPod Nano. But moving on, got another LP here. Almost done. It's getting kind of long, but I'm having fun, bro. Just hanging out, geeking out about some music. That's what I love to do. It's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to geek out about. But we got him, Razorblade Romance. This was definitely in my last video, I remember. God, I fucking love this album cover. Bill Vallo's fucking hot, and I love the pink and the black contrast of the hot pink. Just love that. It like brings a comfort to me from like when I was a kid, like just those colors together. And this is that album that like really brings me like reminds me when I was a kid, like hearing stuff like this. And I just was around stuff like this, and it reminds me of like when just like Bam Margera and stuff. They went with like the Heartagram and stuff. I was really into just skateboarding and stuff when I was a kid, and I loved Bam Margera, and this just went along with it too. Just the style of music, like the just that sound from like the 2000s and stuff. And this came out in 99, but right around that time. And God, this album is so fun. It's so fun. Just every single song is just great deal of comfort and just fun. Just singing all the lyrics. And I always just describe it as I love my description of it's a vampire love album. But the goth metal sounds, like kind of poppy goth metal sounds on this album, it's just so fun to sing along to. And it has just like those like goth kind of feels to it as well. Like they have some synth passages that remind me of just like some stuff from like the Cure and Joy Division, and just like that early post-punk stuff. And it's just like and just like the guitar riffs are just so fun, and just the singing and the vocals about just the good and bad parts of being in love, and just like its deep vocal style like goes with the goth metal, and just like it's just so fucking perfect, bro. I just fucking love it. And good album artwork, amazing album artwork to go along with it. But just when it comes to music like this, bro, like this brings out like my inner mall goth bitch from the 2000s. Like it's just, yeah, it's who I was supposed to be. But fucking amazing album. Love this shit. Definitely got a little crush on Vilvallo. That was another thing I should have mentioned earlier with Playboi Carti. My wife's always giving me shit. She's like, "Oh, you guys have a crush on Playboi Carti." I'm like, "You're not fucking wrong. He's a fucking good looking fucking guy, but he'd break down my feelings, bro. He would fuck me over so bad, so I can't fuck with him. But he's a good looking motherfucker, and so is Vilvallo. So moving on, got some more extreme metal here. We have Immortal, Sons of the Northern Darkness. Fucking so fun. Such a fun album right here. Oh my god, like just like when it comes to black metal, bro, like there's a lot of other aspects of black metal that I like, but this one is like, it's just 10 out of 10. Like I like the more raw style of black metal a lot, and I more gravitate towards stuff like that when I'm into black metal. But this like still has like some of those, like it has like those black metal sounds to it, and like has the vocals, but they're a little different. They're not like super like lo-fi and shit and raw on this album. More produced, and it's very thrashy sounding, very German thrash influence on this album, these guys. But Immortal are just such a fucking great band, bro. When it comes to black metal, they just like done so many different like styles of black metal that I love. Just so many different. They're a fucking sick fucking band. But if I had to pick a favorite by them, this one, it just like, oh, it brings me such a great deal of comfort. And the song One by One, the first song on this album, was on the Tony Hawk Project 8 soundtrack, so it like reminds me of that. And like I was not ready for that shit when I was a little kid, but now I just like get such a great comfort from it. It's just like heavy and just fun and fast, and it's just so fun. It just like has that thrash part of it in it too, which is so fun. And they're fucking goofy ass motherfuckers there on the front. Like it's just such a fun album, and just 10 out of 10. And I love the synth intro to Antarctica. That's such a fucking great part. And just like every song is just a 10 out of 10. Like it's so much fun to listen to. I just love it so much. And I love the more atmospheric and like raw black metal stuff, but when it comes to just like black metal, like this is the album I really think of a lot. It's just like perfect to me, and it's just so fun, and it just brings me such great comfort, and it's just fucking awesome. So Immortal, Sons of Northern Darkness, 2002, fucking sick. And we're ending on another note here that's like, we started with like an album I feel like I could listen to, like would be my favorite of all time. So that album and this album could probably be the two like fighting for each other for like what is my favorite album of all time. And that I can only listen to for the rest of my life. And the album I'm talking about here to end off this list today is Death, Symbolic. This is the album that got me into more extreme metal music, and this album just brings me so much comfort. It's a perfect metal album, perfect death metal album, just progressive death metal, fucking perfect. Love every aspect of this. It's like nerdy lyrics, and that was another thing on the Immortal album. Nerdy, just fun kind of shit. And this in a different way, but like, oh my god, just every second when I hear that first riff, fucking every single time, bro, I just fucking love that fucking shit. I'm just like instantly put into a good mood. Like, my wife knows, like, if I'm in a bad mood, like, not feeling good, she's like, I gotta turn Death Symbolic on for Tyler right now. Just, like, it just needs to happen. But fucking love this album so fucking much. The album artwork is fucking sick, too. But every single song on here is fucking amazing. Fucking love this fucking album. 10 out of 10 metal album. My favorite metal album of all time, I would have to say at this point. So I do somewhat, that was another thing that I was thinking about with like music, is a lot of these albums don't really connect me to a certain person as much too. I don't really want to connect. I want these albums to be about me and to make me think of me, because at the end of the day, it's just fucking me. Like, it's just me. And I need to keep that connection to myself, or I'm going to be completely lost. And these are the albums that do that for me. Some of these are still loosely connected with certain people though, but mostly connected with me. And this album somewhat reminds me of one of my old friends that I used to bond with over music a lot, and just like it's just cut me off so many times over the years, and I'm a weakling and always go back, but haven't heard from him in a long time, but I still miss him a lot, and so it somewhat reminds me of him, but not really that much. Like, it's like got him into this album, and that was just a good time. And I've always loved bonding with people over music. That's such a big thing. Like, that's just like what I want from like a relationship with people. Like, I want to bond over music. I love music so much. I could just talk about it for hours, and it's one of my favorite things in the whole world. And so a lot of my intense connections have been made through music with people. So it does kind of remind me of that person, but like not at the same time. Like, this was my album. I got into this album, and it's continually been an album that I've gone back to for years and years, because I fucking love it, and because it's amazing, and I love being nerdy and nerding out to it, and just fucking jam into this fucking shit, bro. Like, it's so much fun. It just makes me feel like me. It makes me release the confidence, and just makes me feel good and not give a fuck, and it's fucking amazing. So, Death Symbolic, perfect fucking metal album. If I could only listen to one metal album for the rest of my life, it would easily be this album. Fucking love it so fucking much. So, yeah, that's 10 perfect albums. Perfect to me. You might not think they're perfect, but music's subjective. Music taste is subjective. So, I fucking love these albums. They bring me such a great deal of comfort. And like I said, like, all around, if I could only listen to 10 albums for the rest of my life, these are the 10 albums I would listen to the rest of my life. They sum up all of the stuff that I love in music. And there it is. So, yeah. So, this video's done. So, thanks for watching, if you watched. Especially, it's going on 45 minutes long, so you're a true one. You're a true friend. You're a true viewer person if you watched all the way to this point. So, respect you. So, later. Love you guys.